Hey, it's Connor, and I have just started the 10-foot mega tree. I have a piece of rebar in the ground and then just a 1-inch cap on top. 1-inch cap, and there's 4 eye hooks for supports. The support cables that go down, I haven't got those up yet. And this blue line that goes all the way around is exactly 5 feet all the way around to make so that I know where to put the cables and where to evenly space them. And what I did over here, is I took some urine and ran it from a hook on the bottom all the way up to the top and down to the ground, and ran it across my driveway right here. What I'm going to do is take my 601 feet of C7 bulbs and have them be the length of this, which is enough to go over to the top and down on that tree. So I will measure these out and put the bulbs in. I have all the bulbs for those. And which I'm using these vampire plugs. They have little teeth inside there that grip the cable. So then this cap goes on top, and this is the power, because as you see, it's just one big strand, and when I cut it, it doesn't magically have a cord, so I have to put these. I had these, but I had no clue how to figure them out. If anyone can tell me how to figure them out, that would sure be helpful, because all I know is that this moves up and down a little bit, and it looks like it moves more, but I haven't got it to do anything. Then it looks like the cable goes in there. So I'll come back when I have more stuff done. So on the bottom where it got cut, I left a little bit off on the other end of these lights, because it gets plugged in over there. And on the other end, it's just open, and from keeping it from shorting and stopping me from being electrocuted, I already was electrocuted this morning. So what I did is went to Bimart and got some heat shrink. This one is the only one that I did. So what I did is with this one, I took it and cut it longer than the piece was, so like out here. Shrunk it to the thing, and then folded that tip over and put another piece over. But the rest of them, I didn't put that other piece. I just heated it up enough to adhere it to the piece of plastic that was already there, which that worked good for me. Like you can see right there, that's just adhered to itself. So that's what I did, because this morning I was fixed, because I put this up yesterday, and this morning I was touching it and electrocuted myself. So to stop me from doing that, and to stop it because it's right next to the ground, I don't lift. Some people actually put a ring around this to lift it up, and I'm not going to do that this year. I might next year, because this is my first mega tree, if I have problems. But I've had some rain and nothing has happened, and I was testing it. But just in case, to stop that, because it would trip the fuse in there if it got water and shorted, because these ends, these vampire plugs, don't have fuses in them. They're just straight plugs. So that's another thing you gotta watch out for when you're using these vampire plugs, is don't be like, I'm going to wrap my whole house, every inch of it, in lights and just use one plug. I am going to have stakes right here with a grid of 2x8 lights I can change, and I'm going to put on, there's going to be 3 strands of wires connecting all the lights. I'm going to put some C7 bulbs. So, And what I'm going to do is also do on that side over there where those holly bushes are. And instead of going one full thing, I'm going to do two just in case. So I have put a couple of strands up, and this one strand is on, and I'm testing it. So the spacing, I want the spacing to be the same as this tree. As you can see, the spacing is much bigger than this spacing, which the spacing on the other tree is from here to here, but then they put this light bulb in the center. So I'm just putting a light bulb every other socket to give me that spacing. And what I'm doing, which I did for some of them over here, is I'm just filling them with some silicone to make them waterproof. You could buy caps, but I just don't want to buy them right now. So you could even put tape over them, but I just had some silicone, so filling them with silicone. And at the top here, I just have this stake holding it in, but there will be a bolt, and I have these washers that I zip tied the light to. I zip tied the light to this washer, and I'll have 4 washers right here, and they will just be stacked on top, and then a bolt will hold it all down. And this is just 1.5 inch pipe. I still haven't put the supports in because I don't have the stakes for those yet. My dad's gonna get some at work tomorrow, hopefully, so that we'll be able to put the supports. I don't even think I need the supports, but it hasn't been windy around here, and I don't know what it's going to do when it gets windy, because the tension on these lights are doing pretty good at holding it. As you can see, it moves a little bit, but I don't think it's going to move a lot. And these lights I'm using, the 601 feet of lights that I have, well, that's it right there. When I bought it from the people, they put it on the big spool of lights. They put it on tangled up, so I decided to just take it off and slowly untangle it. My sister's friends helped me yesterday, which was a little weird, but so we're going to hopefully get this done next weekend, because I got a soccer game to go to today, and then I have to work on my projection box and just work on my programming, because I think I'm behind, but I might be able to finish all the programming I want to do. So I finished this mega tree. The black pole's not completely painted, but it's done. I put these support wires there on either side with eye hooks on the top, and then on the top it's just a jumble of zip ties, washers, and that stake that I showed you earlier is still up there because that works for me. I just got other stakes to finish this. I went to Fred Meyer's and they didn't have the right replacement bulbs that I wanted, because if you look here, that is the purple, when on the other set, where's the purple? That's the purple. It's way darker than the other one, and I thought that it would make the strands look weird, but they ended up working out. They're all connected with extension cords and these vampire plugs, which something that I learned doing with these is, okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so sorry I had to get my chicken out of the neighbor's tree. It always goes in there. But some with these is right there. You have to split the wire and put it in there to stop it from shorting and stuff. That will help. And as I probably said earlier, I just put on the other end some shrink heat and did just shrink heated the end and had some extra folded over, melted it on. Something else that I could not find any videos on YouTube, but is vampire plugs that look like this. You pull the tip out, and it looks like this, and you split the end of the wire and you put it in there. Then you open those two things, and then you clamp them and they go into the wire. After you put the wire through that hole, then you just put everything back, and then it works as vampire plugs. I think this one's harder to understand, some are harder to open, but it might be easier. At the end of this video, I'll show you this tree working, and hopefully this helped you with the mega trees. I'm also learning with you guys, so this is the end of the mega tree video. I got mini one. I just put up these trees right here, and I also got painted trees that are going up. Next weekend is the big put up, and I'll definitely video that and show you guys around all of that, because we're definitely putting up everything hopefully next weekend. So, bye.